Hello everyone, it is Nancy Taylor here, and I am filming Baby Diaries number 3. And the question I'm always asked is, what do you do when your baby wakes up while you're teaching? With this question, I'm going to go over some rules, things that I have learned, and I will also put in here what they said. I created a ticket on Fresh Desk. When I sent in the ticket to Fresh Desk, this is what it said.
Hello. I am frequently asked, what do you do if your baby wakes up while teaching? Blah, 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 blah. Lots more details. Pause the video if you want to read the rest of what I put.
And these are their answers.
Hi, Nancy Taylor. Thank you for your reply. We have no specific standards at present, and it's up to the specific situations. We suggest that you can contact the firemen if you have an emergency during the classroom, and they will judge it. Thanks for your understanding. Have a nice day.
So it's kind of general. However, I interpreted it as number 1, try in all circumstances, try to have someone else home. So number 1 is, before you start teaching, make sure before you open up any spots that you have someone else home to help with the kids. Now, if you are a single mom, a single parent, single dad, and you're doing VIPKID, you don't always have that luxury. You don't always have someone else there. And that's just how it is. So I'm going to go over what I do half the week. I am a single parent half the week. My husband's gone half the week. So I'm going to give you tips on what I do and what helps. Sorry, dude. I'm sorry, you need help? Are you ice skating? Yeah, she's ice skating. Okay, so number 1, only open your schedule when you have someone else there. So Jack, I only opened my schedule when Dave was home. That's my husband. Now, his schedule changed one day, so he was not home. Jack slept through those classes. It changed another time, and I was home by myself with 2 kids, and he doesn't have a schedule yet. He really does not have a sleeping routine, and he usually wakes up at those hours that I'm teaching. He usually wakes up about 7, and I teach till 8. So he woke up, and I'm going to show you the footage here and walk you through what I did. I would always be prepared, have a bottle, have everything that you possibly could think of to keep baby fed, happy, entertained, without distracting or taking away from the lesson. Now, again, this is not the norm. I would not make that your regular. This is emergency, or if, oh no, I'm caught in the middle of just my husband's schedule changed. I'm home by myself with the kids. Now, once I have a regular routine with Jack, I did this with Ava, I then would open up consistently the same times every week. So I would open up maybe an hour, 2 hours, the same days, regardless of if he's there or not, because I know that Jack will be asleep. So while I'm building a schedule with him, so waking it up, nursing him before, then going to teach, he'll get used to that routine, and he will be sleeping. So once I feel like I have a routine and I'm not worried, like, he's gonna wake up, I'm so panicky. Once I feel like that, then I will open up a regular schedule, which is nice. You have people that will priority book you 2 weeks in advance, and it's always those same times that you taught them the previous 2 weeks. So I try and keep it consistent on the days I open up. My new schedule with him I'm going to do is Tuesday to Friday, and I'm just going to do 6 to 7:30. So that's an hour and a half. He wakes up about 7, so I'm trying to train him to wake up after 7:30. Ava wakes up at 9. So once I have him trained, all is good. And I'm planning on doing that next month. So that gives me 1 more month to really solidify it this April. And then in May, I plan on just having Tuesday to Friday, an hour and a half. And I'm not going to teach any longer. I'm just going to keep it very simple, just something that is doable and that I feel confident and comfortable doing. So that is the plan. Enjoy the footage of my classroom. Don't mind my black shirt. I was frantically getting ready for that class. I was a hot mess. Jack here joined me for a class and a half, and I taught 2 classes. He was just hungry, so I had a bottle. I fed him, and I'll show you some footage because he went to town on filling up that diaper. Doing everything I could to be like, yes. It's like squirting in the background. And can you read this, Ken?
Welcome to my classroom. I am just going to walk you through what's going on in my mind, and I'm going to show you in real time how long it took me when I had an emergency to go grab little Jack. So let's see what happens.
1 minute, Jerry. 1 minute.
I type it in the chat box, and then I tell him as well. I refresh my screen, so then my camera is off. I'm going to grab Jack at this moment. Now watch, my student panics. I have no idea what he says here. Translate for me. That's Jack crying.
Mama, 不要早上网络没连接好。我是这个，1分钟啊，OK。发送到这儿。Can you hear me? Yes.
I'm back.
Can you read this?
I have a bottle in my hand and a baby in my
Mike can
hand.
ride a bike one man.
This is my second class that day, and what are the odds? Jack joined the entire time, and he was in my arms the entire time. I had used TPR with one arm. I still continued teaching, and I left it in the feedback that I did have a baby in the classroom. And his mom was very nice. She gave me 5 apples. She gave me feedback as well, and was very kind and said class was great. And this is not ideal. Of course, I would only open spots when my husband is home to help until I have a schedule where baby isn't joining frequently. This was definitely one of those times where I had to have him join. He had to be in there or else he would be screaming for 30 minutes, and I couldn't do that. So let's see what it looks like when there is a baby in my arms. Again, try not to do this.
Hello, Ken. Hi. How are you? I'm fine. How are you? I'm doing great. What is that? Teddy bear? No, it's a fat duck. Ah, fat duck! Look what I have. Where is that? I have a fat baby. Ah. The baby woke up. He's going to eat. Is that okay? Hi, Ken. He will only be here for 1 minute, okay? Can you read this?
I got this guy from a Usborne book. I use him for the green guy. He's actually the what if monster, like he's worried. So I always teach him worried with that, but I use him for the green monster. I used my dinos today. I used my Meg and Mike for, there was a lot of conversation slides, so I held those up with one hand. That's my reward there with the dinos, or they gotta choose. I always let my older students choose, so I had a level 3 and a level 4 if they wanted pins or dino, and they both wanted dino. And I asked them if they wanted some milk. I'm just kidding. I have my water here. I use that for fresh water. Salt water, we did like an icky face. Here is my little thing. Da, 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 da.
A, B, C.
Thanks for joining us on Baby Diaries.
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Don't be yours, now I know my ABC. Next time won't you stay with me? I want you to now.
Okay, our video's over. You get your reward. You get to watch YouTube.
Yeah!
Daddy finger away.